By Branches, I'm glad you can join us here today. We've been going through and talking through prayer. So let me ask you this question. When you go to pray, what's the first couple sentences that come out of your mouth in prayer? What's the first things you say? Is it usually the first things you say are, hey, God, do this for me? Or God, can you please help me with this? Or God, do this and do that and do this, right? A lot of times, the first time, the things that come out of our mouths is just us telling God to do something. In his sermon on Sunday, Cody made a really awesome point about how oftentimes when we go to God in prayer, it's actually us just telling God to do something like we know what's best, right? God, I know what's best for my life. I know how everything will work out perfectly. If you would just do this, please, right? A lot of times that's what we do. But when we see in the disciples' prayer in Luke chapter 11, that's not how Jesus showed us in the model prayer, right? In verse 2 of Luke chapter 11, he says, when you pray, say, and he tells them the model of how to say things, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as in heaven. Jesus, when giving this model of prayer, he starts off with praise to God, right? Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, right? He is praising God for being in heaven, for being bigger than all of us. He is putting God at a higher place than we are. When we come to God, we got to come to God with humility, right? Saying that, God, I can't handle my life. I don't know what's up. I know that you are the best. I know you are a great God. And just spend time praising God in prayer first. And the second thing that Jesus does is he automatically, before he gets into anything else, right, he starts from a place of acceptance of God's will. He says, thy will be done. Before we go on any further in any prayer that we pray to God, as we're praising him first, we need to accept his will. Lord, your will be done. Everything else I'm about to ask for, I don't know if it's what's best. I don't know if I even know what's best for my life. I know you do. And so let your will be done. And then we go to God asking him for whatever we may need in that time. So when you go to God, make sure the first few sentences that come out of your mouth aren't just wants and a list of demands, but they're actually just praise to God and acceptance of his will, no matter what his answer is. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Later days.